Oh my god! Hang oh my god! Oh. The storm has now arrived. Hi guys, Song Boy Friesenhan here. Well, another weather video's out. I was going to do the bridge video yesterday, which means which I was meant to say, the new bridge has reopened in the UK. I can't remember, I think it was called Queensbury. However, due to low views on the previous video, I've decided to cancel it, so I don't want to get another disappointing video. So instead, I've decided to, it was quite difficult, but one just came up on my mind, and we had two very recent hurricanes, Hurricane Harvey in Texas and Hurricane Irma in Florida, and the Caribbean of course as well. But the main video is, which was worse, Hurricane Harvey or Hurricane Irma? Well, let's go with, this is a cycle, Hurricane Harvey and Hurricane Irma compared, and then so what I'm going to do is I'm going to read through about Hurricane Irma and Hurricane Harvey as well. So this is updated since Monday, so it might not be completely correct, but we'll see how it goes. So we know as Hurricane Irma has made its way through Florida, the story of its destruction has started to be told through numerous statistics. So basically, I think it might be more than that. I don't know the exact death toll, but it says the storm has claimed 32 lives since slamming the Caribbean in early September. ABC News reports, this is American as well. More than 5.7 million Florida customers are without power until yesterday, and roughly 6.5 million Floridans were under a mandatory of voluntary evacuation so far. So basically, Irma produced winds up to 185 miles per hour and was estimated to be the size of Texas. I thought it was France. Oh well, which is 790 miles long. Harvey produced winds up to 132 miles per hour and was 200 miles in the meteor when it hit landfall as a Category 4 storm. At Harvey's worst, roughly 336,000 people across Texas lost power, CBS News reported. And this is very interesting. Hurricane Harvey, although it's still very powerful, the winds were slightly lighter, 50 miles per hour lighter than Irma. And there was far few power outages. Well, only 336,000 people lost power, whereas in Irma, look, pretty much 5.7 million were without power. So, why was that? Well, Texas had more in the way of flooding, whilst Florida had more in the way of wind, although there was some bad flooding as well. I think the damage would be more of the floods than the wind, I would say, because parts of Houston, generally parts of Texas, really, southern Texas were badly hit by the floods. So damage-wise will be a couple of $1 billion, no, not that, several $1 billion. I think it'll be around hundreds of $1 billion. I think damage-wise in Florida probably $2 billion. The worst of it is in Key West, which when the hurricane was at its most strongest parts of Florida. So yeah, basically I would say in terms of damage-wise, I would say Harvey was the worst, but Irma was the most powerful wind. So probably because Florida, it was more city-wise, so the skyscrapers are more difficult to get more damage than it is in houses in Texas. That's my kind of prediction. So over the span of 2 days, Irma was expected to release 10 trillion gallons of rain on Florida. That's just probably enough to fill up 1,000 swimming pools. Global News reported Houston had double that, 20 trillion gallons fallen alone during Harvey, ABC 13 reported. Both storms are Both storms are expected to cost the American economy $290 billion in terms of recovery efforts, increased unemployment, property damage, and effects on businesses, said AccuWeather President Joel Myers in a statement. We believe damage estimated from Irma to be around, okay, there you go, $100 billion, among the costliest hurricanes of all time. Really, if it was Harvey. This amounts to 0.5 of a percentage point of the GDP of $19 trillion, Myers said. We estimated the Hurricane Harvey is to be the costliest weather disaster in US history at $190 billion, or 1 full percentage point of the GDP. So, yeah, quite, yeah. So this is a very complicating video, I would say. So this is it for this bit. Oh, I'm going to show you this video next. This is in Naples in Florida during Irma.
We experienced the whole issue from the build-up until the storm, and we live about a block from here, and so we hunkered down on the second floor of the townhouse. We felt that was safe, and we had hurricane windows, and we really had no problem with the storm itself as far as being hunkered down. We did not get any roof damage, we didn't have any leaks, so we consider ourselves
Some people were lucky than others, so
it's
the way it goes, I guess.
and maybe a foot of water, so we dealt with that through the night and before the actual real damage came with the water rising.
I guess that's pretty typical for a hurricane.
Walked around one block
Quite big
here,
flooding.
and we're quite amazed at all the major trees that are down, and
Yeah.
we've been through a couple hurricanes.
At least the whole
before,
tree
but
didn't
nothing
came down.
like this experience.
I enjoyed it, truthfully, as crazy as this sounds, and I'm sorry for the destruction. I hope that there's not many lives that were lost, but it was really interesting to go through actually the eye of the hurricane itself and the calmness that there is there, and to see the birds flying around and nature coming back, and then all of a sudden you see the backside of the eye come back again. So it was interesting. I'm glad I experienced it.
I'm glad you experienced it. You should be grateful you lived through that storm.
To think how many years they've been around, and Mother Nature has taken care of them so well, and to see so many trees down. I really didn't see.
It's quite a big tree there.
I drove around today, Bo. I really didn't see a lot of destruction as far as property, as far as homes. Yeah, there's some tile damage, there's some wind damage, that type of thing. But to actually see a lot of trees or anything collapsed on homes, or to see homes literally obliterated from it, like I did through Katrina and a couple other ones that I've actually also witnessed. It wasn't as bad as what a lot of other areas I think have probably gotten hit. The area here, right in the heart of the city of Naples and in North Naples,
That's in Southwest Florida, I think that is.
Well, for what the forecast was and what we actually ended up with.
Well, you saw the video. Really difficult to say which hurricane was the worst, because some of them are different than the others. In terms of power, even if it's not a major direct influence from both the hurricanes itself, only 336,000 in Houston, or roughly around southern Texas, lost power. But in Florida, particularly Central Florida and Southern Florida, 5.7 million people without power. So I guess the winds or maybe wasn't as destructive. That's quite odd though. That's what it says on there. Harvey only had wind speeds of 132 miles per hour, and Irma had winds of 185 miles per hour. So clearly there's a 50-mile difference of winds, and that can be a category or two difference as well. So that makes a huge difference. Irma had 10 trillion gallons of rain in Florida. Houston had 20 trillion gallons of rain, which is not good in my terms. And damage-wise, this is pretty much even Stevens from both of these storms. $100 billion from Irma, but $190 billion in Harvey. So it's very difficult, but I would probably say, if I had to say which was the worst storm out of those two, with Hurricane Harvey or Hurricane Irma, I would say, in terms of particular damage, I will have to say Harvey. It does say Harvey was the costliest weather disaster in US history. Clearly a lot more damaged property than it is in Irma, although even parts of Florida were badly damaged as well. emphasis of the size of the damage, I'll have to say Harvey. And some, even though many owners may not be able to go back to their homes until probably mid to late November, so it's quite serious stuff. So, do you agree with me? Write in the comments below what do you think, which storm was the worst, Hurricane Harvey or Hurricane Irma. And there you go. So I did just to make up for the last video, only 4 view. So hopefully this video may have some interest for you guys, especially from the recent catastrophe with parts of America and the Caribbean. My heart still goes out to all of the owners from the Caribbean who have lost their homes in this terrible disaster. Hopefully, hope finds for you soon. Alright, thanks for watching. Want me to do any Extreme UK weather events, global weather forecasting, or weather vlogging throughout the rest of the week ahead? Just comment below, guys. And that's it for now. Hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a like, comment, and subscribe. That will be great. And the storm, or should I say, the storms, are now out.